Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back once again with Eldrazi Ramp on the play for game one. Hand solid, though a little bit fragile to disruption. A Force here would be bad. Static Prison would be bad. But if we don't get hit by those things, that means a turn 2 Karn, a turn 2 Myco Spawn, a lot of good options. So I'm pretty happy with that. Play Ugin's Lab, Imprint, World Breaker, cast Talisman, and pass. And pass. Let's see what we're up against. Polluted Delta, fetch to 19, 4, Swamp, Thoughtseize. Dreams of Steel and Oil will take this away in Myco Spawn. Alright, so we'll turn to Karn instead. And the question is, of course, whether or not they can deal with a turn 2 Karn in a meaningful way. Draw. Temple. KGC. Minus KGC. Well, let's go liquid metal coating and pass. And pass. Marsh Flats. Fetch. Overgrown Tomb. Okay. Tarmogoyf. A little bit unexpected. Another Eldrazi Temple. Play liquid metal coating. Liquid metal coating targeting Overgrown Tomb. Take up of Karn. And run it back. Let's see if they can get rid of Karn. Overgrown Tomb, shock 4. Next turn, we'll be able to play the World Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Go to combat. Attack Karn. Yep. This is fine. Bowmasters, target Karn. Yep, still A-okay. End step, return World Breaker to hand. A second World Breaker, fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we won't imprint. No imprint. So I could do a couple things here. We could take up on Karn, targeting nothing. I could liquid metal coating on a land, take up on Karn, play World Breaker, get rid of a land. Even if they kill Karn, we have another Karn. Alternatively, I could use World Breaker as removal and get rid of Tarmogoyf. I think, honestly, just doing this is probably fine. We can lose Karn, but they'll lose Tarmogoyf if they want to attack. And next turn, if they don't have a land, we'll just World Breaker. Yeah. I didn't foresee much coming out of this, so this looks like the rock. if I had to wager a bet. As far as what we want to play into the rock, not entirely certain. If I remember correctly, do they play Saga now? I feel like they do, so Force of Vigor could be relevant. Command is okay. Doesn't effectively deal with Goyf in most cases. It's actually pretty bad into Goyf. So I wonder if we cut return here for Chrysalis. That might be right. Cut return for Chrysalis. Debating whether or not we want force. Let's just run it back as is. On the draw for game 2. And the hand is okay. Could be made better. So, like, what are we looking for off the top here? I mean, realistically speaking, K command, Talisman, 7-mana value spell, Stomping Grounds. Like, it's a turn 3 Chrysalis. The only really good hit off the top, I think, here is going to be K command, and that's about it. I guess also Malevolent Rumble. That would be good. So we're now looking at 8 hits, 2 draws. I'll keep it. And we'll pass. Bloomy Marsh. Seized Effect. Dreams of Steel and Oil, which has gotten more and more popular. So it takes the Chrysalis. Yep. Draw. Cavern would have been good. Temple. Pass. Opponent has something, maybe? No. Turn to Tarmogoyf, maybe? Catacombs, fetch. I'll say Dreams of Steel and Oil is a little bit of a nombo of Tarmogoyf, of course. Like a Thoughtseize might get another type in yard. Dothy, Nethergoyf, and Nethergoyf. Okay. Devourer. Might not be a bad idea to insulate the Devourer. Tis a thought. Alternatively, just playing the Stomping Grounds tap would allow me to play a Chrysalis off the top. That might also be worth it. So let's go Stomping Grounds tapped and pass. Next turn, very possibly I just go Karn for Damning Sphere. Okay, no Karn. 4 damage, down to 16. Drop. Talisman. Talisman of Impulse. Play Eldrazi Temple. And pass. And pass. So, could go Karn. Next turn, could play Tormod's Crypt after. I'll play Cavern of Souls, name Eldrazi. Play KGC. Minus KGC. Worst case scenario here, they have a Orcish Bowmaster. Tormod's Crypt. Cast Tormod's Crypt. Pass. Hold out the ability to respond. Go to combat. Tor mod script, target you. Pass. Zero damage to Karn. Now we can EE for 1. Thoughtseize takes my Devour, that's fine. Draw. Sowing Myco Spawn. We could go 6, Exile, then Bog. I think we just go minus. Yes. EE. EE for 1. Done. Play Ghost Quarters. And pass. As we could have probably, or rather should have played Commercial District. I thought about playing the Myco Spawn, but realized would have been unwise. Activate EE. Goodbye, Nethergoyf. Break dice. That is fine. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Ugin Lab. No imprint. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could. Oh, I'm just gonna scoop it off. I was gonna say could put Jukabog, get rid of the Nethergoyf so they can't escape, but we got there. Solid 2 wins against the Rock. We'll be back for match 2. Alright, we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. Let's see what our opening hand might be like. Yeah, this hand is solid. We'll keep. And pass. Looks like burn. If I had to wager a guess. Goblin Guide. Yep, 'tis burn. But Jukabog. Karn. Card could be relevant. Theater, Skewers, Swift Spear, attack for 3. Well, at least have a blocker next turn. Draw. Ghost Quarter. Myco Spawn. May have been smarter to play the Wooded Foothills fetch for Forest in retrospect. Play the Temple and pass. Another Swift Spear. Lightning Bolt. Target spawn. Makes sense. At least it's not 3 at me, so could be worse. Realizing now there may have been an argument for grabbing a lab imprint breaker, play Karn EE for 1 in retrospect. Yeah, because we would play Karn, land, EE for 1. Yeah, I think that could have been correct in retrospect. Oh, yeah, I think two slight misplays there. Probably one being not playing the Wooded Foothills last turn over the Ghost Quarter, fetching for Forest. That would have saved us. It would have been negligible, but something to think about. And then I think secondarily grabbing Ugin's Lab for EE for 1. Now, obviously they have 3 cards in hand. I guess it would say it was 1 life, so we'd have been at 8 as well. Yeah, so we are short. So I could just as well play Devourer here. Devourer, Devour Monastery Swiss Spear, and pass. Yeah, so I do think Karn EE for 1 would have been correct. I was just more focused on, like, okay, let's get blockers, we'll get World Breaker on board, not thinking of the other potential options here. Lava Spike, 4, and that is lethal. Yep, so it did end up costing me. Unfortunate. Well, we'll concede. No reason to play that out any further. So this is burn. Loss for game 1. May have been able to turn it around. At the very least, we would have probably been at 5. The return does cover a lot of ground, but I think the Chrysalis might be a bit better just because it can block a bit further. Yeah, I think that might be correct. And then run it back like this. Baron is definitely a rough matchup, but I definitely misplayed in 2 spots there. A small way, but definitely still a noticeable way in which pre-sequencing kind of bit me in the butt. I was thinking like, okay, let's just get the World Breaker on board, let's get a blocker, let's get rid of a land. And then not realizing that I had another additional line available to me that I just hadn't really taken note of. When searching like that with Sowing Mike's Spawn, I really should appraise my hand a bit more and go, okay, what actually are my options? So some little lessons that I need to learn. Play more efficiently. That way I can make sure that I'm playing through the best lines possible. Because I'm not saying that me casting Karn would have resulted in me winning, but definitely would have been a different position. I'll keep this. Then mulligan to 6. Smash to Smithereens will be a little bit unfortunate, but not the end of the world. I will say this hand's a little bit painful. Lab. Imprint. Cast Talisman. Pass. And pass. Wooded Foothills. Fetch. Crypt. Shock. 4. Goblin Guide. That's fine. And we see Emrakul. Stomping Ground. Shock. Unfortunately. And Sprawl for green. Pass. Arid Mesa. Go to combat. Attack. Trigger. Trigger resolves. Bajuka Bog. Command. We'll get rid of Guide. Guide down. Spawns on board. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, Bajuka Bog. Target you. And pass. We'll hold up our commands. Arid Mesa Fetch. And Skullcrack, target me. Yep. Raucous Theater. Surveil trigger resolves. Vine Lasher into Grave. Okay. Forked Bolt. Sack 1, sack 2. Phase change. X equals 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Bottom, 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 top, top, and draw just in case they interact with another spawn. And down to 9. Alright. Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. So we don't have to tap the World Breaker regardless. Alternatively, I can go Karn EE for 1. If I go Karn, yeah, we can go Karn EE for 1. KGC. Oh, not EE. Chalice. Christ. Chalice for 1. And pass. Yep, Chalice will counter the Vine Lasher, but not the Offspring. Oh, it does counter the Offspring. Ooh. Good to know. I've never had that interaction come up before. Alright, to game 3. Let's run it back as is. Alright. Hands a bit slow if we don't find a Templar Lab. We do have Devour though, so I'll keep. Reveal, pass. Cliffs, guide, or a Swift Spear. Guide, okay. Draw me into a lab. Ask and you shall receive. Trigger. We can go Chrysalis as a blocker and threat. Draw. Misty Fetch. For a forest. Sprawl. For red. And pass. And pass. Another Goblin Guide. And Swift Spear. 5 damage down to 12. Bog. Reveal. I guess I'll find out. Command. Lab. Imprint. Breaker. Chrysalis for blockers. And pass. Plays a land. Fetch. Mountain. Go to combat. Trigger 1. Level and Rumble. Go to blocks. Sack 1, trigger. Sack 2, trigger. Pass. Phase change and damage. Rift Bolt, targeting Chrysalis, that's fine. That's a small price to pay. We have double command. Tempted the Rumble, but I think we Sanctum of Ugin and hold. You can X3. Bolt Wave, trigger prowess down to 9. We're definitely in a precarious position, don't get me wrong. Go to combat. Trigger resolve, Soin Mycospawn off the top. X equals 3. Go to blocks. Sack 1. Phase change. Ghost Quarter. Kick a Mycospawn. Get rid of a cliff. Grab a temple. No attacks. Yes, need them to run out of steam. Bump the knight down to 6. It's a flashback for what? 6? That's not happening. Another Soin Mycospawn. Kick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another temple. Bajuka Bog. Target you. Go to combat. Alright. Let's see if we can make it work. Swift Spear. To combat. End step. Return World Breaker to hand. So that's 4, 6, or rather that's 6, 7 triggers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll say yes. And we could go Emrakul. Yeah, let's go Emrakul. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to combat. Down to 10. I mean, lethal's on board now. And we got the game. Close. Very close right there, but we got there. All right. Well, we'll be back for match 3. All right. And we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. And is not keepable. Mulligan. It's palatable with the stirrings. It's not great, though. We could keep it. Do we have a better 5? Arguably. What makes this better? Drawing into a, I guess, 7 mana value spell, Temple Lab. Talisman? Yeah, we'll keep it. Drop the return. We're in Catacombs. Fetch. Forest. Sprawl. On red. Pass. And pass. Flooded Strand. Pass. Feels like control maybe. You're a card late friend. Stirrings. Resolves. Stomping Ground. Any order. Pajuka Bog. Target you. Pass. A huge fan of having to play that right now, but in order to play this Mega Spawn, to grab a color source, we'll need to Archive, Surveil Trigger, Resolves, Path of Exile. So yes, it is control. Is it Jeskai control or Azorius is the question. Draw. Stomping Ground, Shock. Cast. Trigger. If you have Consign, you do not. As much as I would like to grab Gemstone, we're going to need to grab Temple here. Pass, and we can use Command as a permission spell next turn. Path to Exile? That is okay by me. Forest. Pass. Field of Ruin. Less than ideal, because now any future Field of Ruin is a sinkhole. Forest. And also means that commands a dead card in hand. Rough. Doubly rough. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're 5 short on the Emrakul. Yeah, that's a big oof. That couldn't have played out worse, honestly. Maybe there's an argument to have cycled the command. Impulse. Spell Snare, Pass. Yeah. Like I said, maybe an argument to have cycled the command in response to the the Field of Ruin. Actually, even better. Yeah, I misplayed there. The better play would have been just the float 2 in response, and then command X1. Yeah, we did misplay. So that's on me. I think it also came from a point of me passing, not thinking of doing anything. So once again, a bit of misplay that specifically happens on Moto, but I do need to be more mindful of it. Teferi. Yeah, I think they might be running away with this. I need a soul land off the top. Rumble. Rumble does not resolve. Pass. Yeah, I feared that not much would have been different if I had played efficiently, but mistake is mistake, no matter how impactful it may have been. Jace. Jace looks at the top of my deck. Yep. And choose not to use the ability. That's unfortunate. Something that they can counter. Yep. Rumble. Snapcast. So now they have a threat on board. Spell Snare. Yep, we got it. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 away. Your Field of Ruin. That is a sinkhole now. Tef tick up. Jace tick up. Yep. Priority target right now is getting rid of Tef, but Jace isn't far behind in that regard. Uses its ability? Doesn't tell me, but I believe they did. Tef minus target sprawl? Nope, Tef tick up. Okay. Hit me for 2, down to 15. Tap. Draw, command, yep, pass. Yeah. Unfortunate. Jace tick up. Oh, Jace 0. Interesting. Narset. Looking like a Zorius Super Friends over here. Narset minus... Do they play Days Undoing? I feel like they would if they play Narset, but I could be wrong. Interesting. They definitely took a risk by not plussing Jace. Rumble. Not that it will matter. They can Cryptic Command it. Yep, there's the command. Pass. Tef will minus. Jace will 0. Yeah, that's the game. You got it. I have no recourse. Yep, and a single to boot. Nope, you got it. My misplay definitely cost me, but I don't think it would have mattered. Return out Chrysalis in. And I think that's it. They're gonna bring in Consign, maybe Orange Chant. I'm trying to think what else. On the play for game 2. It's okay if they don't have a force. But we also need to draw into a land, which we have a high probability of doing. I'll keep. It's a gamble. Trigger. Imprint. Cast Talisman. Pass. Okay, no force. In an ideal world, we find a forest, but any land will do. Draw. Fetch. Forest. Sprawl. On red. Mycospawn. Consign. The body or the trigger? The trigger. Okay. Keep the body. Probably has a path, I imagine. And pass. Yeah, I guess path mixed with Damn Sphere, that's fine. Draw. KGC. I cannot play both the Talisman and KGC. So we'll just play KGC. Oh, that's right. Almost forgot. You have a force? You do not. Minus KGC. Local metal coating. Attack with Mycospawn. And pass. Field of Ruin. Yes, hits the Hugins Lab. Grabs the forest. And path. Yeah, you forgot about something important, but it is instant speed, so it doesn't matter. Malevolent Rumble. We could Malevolent Rumble into coding. Otherwise, we can Talisman into coding. Talisman. Coding. Coding target. Oh, this is not what I was expecting. March? Oh, okay, that's fine. I still get one activation off at the very least. And this robs you of double blue. Mega Spawn, attack. And pass. I can always grab that back too, which is the fun part. Field of Ruin, no targets. Draw. Stirrings. Do I want to grab that back? Tempted to. Minus. Yes. Coding. Coding. Go to combat. Attack. Guess you could have Snapcast. Path. Yes. Forest. Second main. Could still have Snapcast. Rumble. Rumble resolves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breaker. Target. Pass. Another Otawara. Local metal. Target planes. KGC plus. Phase change. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Play Ancient Stirrings. Command. Any order. Talisman. And hold up the ability to respond. Local metal coating. Target. Take up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No real reason to like push anything right now. Yeah, I think I just take my time, get rid of their sources. Win for game 2. On to game 3. Run it back. On the draw for game 3. What makes this hand good? Temple Lab, we do have Devourer, but it's pretty sketch otherwise. Any land puts us in place for a Rumble, but that's just okay. Especially on the draw, we mulligan this. This is better, would be made better by a Forest, of course. I'll keep... Drop quarter? Yeah, probably drop quarter. Done. Pass. Well, let's try and bait them into a field, I suppose. No reason to play Temple right now, so I think we just play Lab. Done. Pass. Ability to respond. No field, disappointing. Harbinger. I'm gonna return it now. Was not expecting Harbinger in this matchup, to be honest. Talisman of Impulse. Do you have a force? No force. Gets us to Rumble. Rumble gets us to Myco Spawn. And pass. And pass. Tef. Opponents reconsidering. Narset. Yes, Narset's fine. Narset search. Finds. March. March is fine. No attack, surprising. Cast Soin Mycospawn. Do you have a consign? You do not. Forest. Sprawl on red. And pass. And hold the ability to respond. So we can start making a pretty big board next turn. Otherwise we can start kicking their white sources. Tef. Tef plus. Narset minus, question mark? Narset minus. Whiffs, wow. Right? Yeah, whiffed. Tef plus. So they can march my Soin Mycospawn. So we can do a few things here. I think it is right to kick the Mycospawn here. Triggers. Forces their hand to use this now. I guess they can use it on the phase change. probably just grab another Eldrazi Temple. And then before combat, they'll get rid of the Mycospawn. Path. Yes. For forest. And pass. This does mean that that march is now dead in hand. Ability to respond. TF plus. Still all blue. We need to go after that TF. Draw KGC. KGC is interesting. Go to combat. Attack TF with Mycospawn. No blocks. TF takes a hit. So I'm going to go with Writhing Chrysalis number 1. Trigger resolves, Chrysalis resolves, counterspell. I'm going to go with Writhing Chrysalis number 2. Trigger resolve, does Chrysalis resolve. Brain Surge. I'm going to actually cancel that. Don't think they play Solitude, but just in case. 1, trigger. 2, trigger. 3, trigger. 4, trigger. KGC. Minus KGC. Yes. For liquid metal. Pass. And hold up the ability to respond. Two threats on board. We're going to want to go after TF for Memory Deluge. Hallowed Fountain. Tick up. Untap 2. Verdant Catacombs. Liquid Metal Coating. Spell Snare, sure. Fuse sideboard. Could go Brain. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. World Breaker. Target. The Colonnade. Counterspell, that's fine. Go to combat. At TF. At TF. The blocks. That resolves. Maybe it was right to sacrifice the spawn and plus the talisman. Minus KGC. Yes. For Tormod Script. Tormod Script. And pass. Path Exile? Path Exile. Yes. Forest. Yeah, in retrospect, I think I should have sacked a spawn and plus the talisman to kill Tef. Another colonnade. Disruptor Flute, naming what? I think I will just Torment Script just in case. World Breaker. Yeah, that's fine. One, two, three, four, five. So they do have the March. Karn plus. Go to combat. Tough. Tough. Tough down. Well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's right, we still need another 3. 1, 2, 3, I guess if you have to do it that way. Disruptor Flute. Otawara, bounce. Oh, flute. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Fetch with Flood Strand. So they can flute World Breaker again, I suppose. Go to end step. Flute World Breaker. Activate Verdant Catacombs. Commercial District. Trigger. Command, top. Plus Karn. Not too worried about the Narsa, but wouldn't be a bad idea. And you. They still have this March in hand, don't they? Yeah. Command. I guess hold up 2 just in case. Bottom. Bottom. bottom, top, bottom, top, draw. And use sideboard real quick. Minus KGC. Yes. For the Stone Brain. Attempt to cast the Stone Brain. Stone Brain target you. Naming Teferi. Teferi. Hero of Dominaria. You got nothing, friend. Where did your march go? Am I crazy? That must be crazy. Yeah, to ferry out, you got nothing. So we got free reign here. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I missed something somewhere. Yeah. Cast. Attack, attack. Lethal's on board. Yeah, about that. Resolve. Command. X equals 0. And pass. Scry 2. I guess they're trying to set up Terminus. They did not find Terminus. Field of Ruin, sure. And opponent scoops it up. What you got there? Solid game against control. We'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. It is keepable, solely because of Ancient Stirrings. One of the few times where I'm thankful I run it. Of course, if this gets forced SOL. Don't do it, opponent. Don't force it. Oh no. Oh no. Opponent's thinking which card they're going to exile to force. I think they might actually be, is the funny part. Maybe. This is a really difficult decision if so. Opponent's really leaving us in suspense. Waiting for us to let our guard down. No? Okay, thank God. Yeah, we can lab. Done. Any order. And pass. And pass. Let's see what we're playing against. Ooh, looking like energy. Maybe not. That scares me a bit. Rumble. Let's go Stomping Grounds. Pass. Hold up the ability to respond. Is it storm or is it energy? Thinking it's storm. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. I am in danger, friends. Do they have the turn to win? Oh, do not dare. They're trying for it. I mean, I can't do anything. I'm just gonna pass and pray. If they manage it, it's gonna be so rough. Friends resolve. That's 3. Need to get up to 6. Artist talent is solid. They might just artist talent pass. Nope, they have another ritual. Frick. Because now they can Past in Flames? Oh, you gotta be joking me. Now they have another, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts to frickin' flip around. They had the turn to win. That's some nutty stuff. No flip. Okay. Like I said, they have 4 attempts. No flip. We need to just make sure that they are the unluckiest person in the world right now. They won. Okay. Wait. Oh, I guess you don't want to. Because you want the reduction. At some point, you should probably play the artist talent, right? Friends resolve or artist talent. Oh, you got to be joking me. What in the world? And then you will Past in Flames Grape Shot. I mean, I don't know what to say about that, man. There ain't nothing I could have done. Like, I guess the only thing that could have gone worse there or better there is that they didn't hit the Past in Flames. Past in Flames was just absolutely brutal. Okay. Yep. Well, Ruby Storm. That is a unfortunate, unsurprising loss in game 1. You will cut return. So at the very least, bring in this. Probably want to bring in one more Stone Brain. Do we want to cut the Chrysalis for it? Probably going to cut the Gemstone. There's an argument to bring in Force. Maybe? It only hits the Talisman, though, is the the Talisman, the Medallion. We'll run it back like this. Yes. Maybe top deck reliant. What's the best thing to hit off the top? Command. I guess command. Okay, so command, jailer, brain. Like, yeah, we have a few options. I'll keep it. We have a few options. So we go Forest Sprawl, red, pass. At the very least, we go Talisman, Talisman. The biggest thing is we need to hope that we make it to a turn 3 this time. Red, pass. So across 2 draws, I mean, KGC... No, does KGC even do it? Don't think so. Command, Chalice, Jailer, Brain. So that's 4, 8 hits. Mega Spawn would be palatable. Rumble. Okay. So we can go Temple. Talisman. Opponent's thinking. Why? Well, what do you have to think here? Rumble. Well, I like that command. Do we take the Emrakul? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, we're close. We're not there, but it's a threat. Take the Emrakul. Hold up the ability to respond on the off chance that's relevant. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe if we make it to a turn 4, we have the Emrakul. Elegant Parlor. Is there a world or reason why we should hit the Parlor with Quarter? Probably not. Stony sounds a bit annoying, but not the end of the world. Thankfully, we can still Chrysalis. And Ghost Quarter. Hold up the ability to respond and pass. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So Emrakul next turn. Alright, do they have the win? That's the question. There's the artist talent, so I don't think they do. Forest. Any reason to... I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any reason for me to trigger this one at a time. Help you win. Let's see. Hit you for 5. Probably should have fetched that Arid Mesa. Alright, question of the day. Can I pilot Ruby Storm to their death? Ritual... Oh my god. Going for it. Alright, this is going to be interesting. Can we pilot Ruby Storm? So Ritual, Glimpse. So we can probably start with Manamorphose. Red. Trigger. Yes. Pitch the talent. Draws into Arid Mesa. So red. Arid Mesa. Fetch. Might as well shock the Sacred Foundry. Shock. We'll go... Ritual. The question is, do we trigger the artist talent? I'm gonna say no here. Reckless Impulse. Artist talent. No. There's the Row. So now we cast the Row. Cast Ritual. So it comes down now to this Glimpse, I think. No. Heads. I won. Okay. No. Ritual. Trigger. Artist talent Row. Heads. Okay. No. Trigger. No. Resolve. Glimpse. How does this read? You may discard a card if you do draw a card. Trigger. Talent. Row. Heads. Tails. Glimpse. So now we can play... Can we play the Ruby Medallion, then the Ren's Resolve? No. I have to play the Ren's Resolve first. Ren's Resolve. Trigger. Trigger. Heads. Ren's Resolve. Okay, so now we can Manamorphose. Red. Heads. Okay. Red, red, Stony Silence. You cast a non-creature spell. Cast Ruby Medallion. Trigger. Yes. Okay. And I tried. All right, and we'll pass. Trigger. I guess I should have sacked those. So one card in hand. I just wanted to play their deck and try and win it with their own. I may have misplayed at some point. Really. I could have just won by like not doing half the things we did, but I just wanted to for the hell of it. Honestly, I love these type of games because it's just our opponents having fun, or myself and opponent having fun. Oh, if they hit Past in Flames, right? Yeah, if they hit Past in Flames, I think they can get there. All right, game 3. Oh, we were both just having fun with that one. I can appreciate it. All right, to sideboard. We'll bring the gemstone back in and the quarter out. Yeah, I'd love to learn Storm eventually. It feels much more, probably much more intuitive than it actually is. Okay, so what do we want to see off the top here? It's like we want Chalice, yes. But we want this out a lot faster. Right now we're looking at earliest, a turn 3 X2, right? That might just be too slow. Yeah, I think we have the mulligan. Yeah, we can keep this. Pitch the Sanctum. Devourer, we're looking for a K command X2. Done. Trigger. Pass. Here's the K command. Unfortunate about the jailer, but we can always grab that back with Karn. Pass. Scouting Tarn, fetch. Elegant Parlor, trigger. Now I just need to hope that they don't have a turn 2 win again. Imagine. Impulse. Okay. The biggest downside here is if they... Ooh, another command. That is nice. The biggest thing here is if they have Medallion and not Ral. If they have both, they have to see the Ral. Or they have to see the line with the commands and won't play Ral. Paying cost for a ritual. That'd be my guess at least. And then play Reducer. Then play another ritual. No. Just gonna set up. They need a land maybe? Trigger. And put a pause on end step. Command. Actually, I'd like the Scry draw. On the other hand, I think we want to exile some cards from Yard. Done. KGC. So we can do a few things here. So I can Misty Rainforest for a forest. Is that enough? So I could Misty Rainforest 1, 2, 3, 4, leaving 2. Yes. So I can fetch Misty for a forest. Not kick a Myco spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaving back 2. We'll Sanctum of Ugin. I'm not saying Ugin's Lab, Imprint, Devourer. So we have a threat on board. And Chalice on 2. Pass. And pass. Well, we somehow made it to Chalice on 2. And opponent scoops it up. We got there. Whew. I was sweating a bit there. Big oof. GG's. Ritual, medallion, ritual. They needed just something off of that impulse. Jeez. All right, well, that is a 4-0 going into match 5. Let's see if we can get that 5-0. We'll be back. All right, and we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. And against Micro, I recognize that name. We could keep this. Double Lab into Karn is an option. I will keep. Reveal a Devourer. Now, if you ask me what Micro plays, I wouldn't be able to tell you. They got down to 6. Why do I feel like in the back of my mind it's going to be like, oh yeah, remember them because they killed me with Mill. Like, I'm just waiting for that moment here. Yeesh. That's a whole lot of nothing. I'll go Windswept Teeth though. Lab. Imprint the Emrakul and pass. I'll have the ability to respond. Stomping Grounds. Shock. No, I think it might be the mirror match. 'Tis the mirror match. Yes, that's where I remember you from. Draw. Windswept Teeth. Pass. Pause on end step. Sowing Mycospawn or Chrysalis? Sowing Mycospawn. Yes. So they're setting up for a kicked Mycospawn or World Breaker. And that is a little bit of a problem. We might be just a little bit slow. If we did hit the Karn on turn 2, we would have been fine, I think. But now it's looking a bit grim. Taking a while to think here on what they're going to pick, though. I go Temple. Makes sense. End step, fetch. Commercial District. Trigger. Yeah, we'll go with Sowing Mycospawn. 'Tis still a Sowing Mycospawn. Cavern of Souls. Name Eldrazi. Sowing Mycospawn. Cast. Let me go Ugin's Lab. In retrospect, probably should have gone for a Ghost Quarter, maybe? See, on one hand, okay, so on one hand, Ghost Quarter, I could hit the Stomping Grounds. They grab a forest. They have Forest, Temple, Temple. If they have another kicked Mycospawn, it's irrelevant. If they have the World Breaker, then it's relevant. I guess we'll find out. Not entirely certain what I should have grabbed. They have the Forest. They have the World Breaker. Oof. So yes, it would have been relevant had we played around the World Breaker. But like if I hadn't, right, then we would have been at 2 lands. Just not sure how to feel about that. Not sure how to feel about that. I will block. Yes. K return. Not doing much here. No shock. I mean, KGC can soak up a bit of damage. We currently have 5. We need a soul land for the breaker. Yeah, I mean, this is not looking great, let's be honest here. So we could plus keep Karn on board. Is that worth it? I mean, it's just a damage soak at that point. We could minus Karn and grab a Stone Brain and strip out Sowing Mycospawn. It might be more worth it. So we'll grab the Stone Brain. And pass. And pass. Karn down. 4 cards in hand. What do you got, opponent? Rumble. Rumble finds nothing much. So Sprawl or Cavern, I imagine. Maybe a Lab. Could still be a Lab. Though I'm doubtful. I guess not grabbing the Sprawl means in their typing yard, they grab the Lab. Okay. Maybe they have something to imprint, but if they had something to imprint, they had something to cast, right? Oh, that's 6? No. 4 for Karn, which means, no, another Rumble. Well, they have the Karn now. They haven't played that Lab yet. Yeah, it's looking like a KGC. So this brain is worthless. So I think we did. I think we were just a little bit too slow, unfortunately. There's the Liquid Metal. We'll draw for the hell of it. In Emrakul, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can bump it up to 9. It just ain't happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Let's not belabor the point. That's a GG. That's a GG. Alright. Well, we'll cut the returns. Cut the gemstone. Bring in Chrysalis. Bring in Force. Cut, what, 1 Chrysalis? Let's take a look at my sideboard guide. On the play against Eldrazi. Yes, this looks to be correct. Alright, let's run it back. I think if I remember correctly, they were on Stone Rain still, so something to keep in mind. You know, I think all the time how insane it would have been if Devoid just didn't say one specific thing. That it was, like, colorless on the stack or colorless in the library. But, like, I mean, they couldn't have just specified not in hand, but imagine. On the play for game 2. I will keep. This is a potential turn 3 kicked Mycospawn. Wooded Foothills, pass. Put a pause on end step. Ghost Quarter. Okay. Fetch. Commercial District. Trigger. Yes. Top. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Because, like, we can go lab. And it forces them to Ghost Quarter, right? Probably better for us to go Temple instead then. Temple. Let's go to ignore your Ghost Quarter. You want to use it? You want to use it. Be my guest. Guess Talisman here. But maybe for types in yard, go Sprawl. No, we'll go Sprawl. They're going to likely hit my Temple. And now we also have another green spell to pitch to force. Temple. Talisman. Well, that means we can kick a Myco Spawn. Ugin Lab. Imprint. Kick the Myco Spawn. I want a Ghost Quarter on top of which. Exile Temple for sure. I could Ghost Quarter, Ghost Quarter. Yeah, well, Ghost Quarter, Ghost Quarter. And then pass. Hoping that they sprawl here. Perfect. Excellent. Go to end step. Force of Vigor. I think I'll take out the sprawl. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. Bone scoops it up. We'll take the W. Bring back in the gemstone and cut a chrysalis. We can keep this. Ideally, we're looking for a lab off top, though a temple will suffice. We'll keep. We'll reveal. We'll pass. Misty Fetch. Forest Sprawl. Pass. Trigger. Temple. Temple. Pass. And pass. Ooh, I think they telegraphed... Okay, thank God. I was thinking they telegraphed a, another Sprawl? Another Sprawl. A Stone Rain for a second and got really concerned. Okay. Well, I will play the temple. Hold out the blade to respond. That's 3, 4, 5, So we are in a little bit of trouble from a kicked Myco spawn here. It's not the end of the world, but it's not ideal either. Yeah, this matchup's very play draw dependent. We're not out of it yet, though. In response, we'll float. Grab their own temple, resolve, and phase change. I'll say no. Scry draw, and spawns. You would have been good. Actually, maybe not. Maybe you wouldn't have been good. Bottom, bottom, top and draw. Yeesh, not great. Another command. Verdant Catacombs. I think I just have to pass. Oh, actually, now I think about it, I think I should fetch now. Should I fetch now? No, I think we're fine. Go to combat, attack for 3. The question is, do they have anything to follow up? If not, then we might be fine. Lab, no imprint? It'd be scary if they lab imprinted, honestly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Command X equals 7. That's what it's looking like. I feel like they should have left up a green source, though. Keeping up a red source. So looking for a Stone Rain. Yes, that will resolve. I feel like if they would also kept up a green source, or a green and red, that would have allowed them to cast Chrysalis, Sowing Mycospawn, or Stone Rain. Hell, even Worldbreaker. So yeah, by leaving up green-red, I think they would have had more options. Top 4, bottom 2. Well, there's a Stone Rain. Float 2. Things are looking grim. Fetch. Green. Command X equals 3. Done. Lab is good. That gives us a 6 at least. Chrysalis is kinda meh right now. You eventually do want Breaker. And drop. Imprint. Devourer. And again, hold up command. This time for an X equals 4. The problem now is, I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17. So yeah, we're in big trouble from an Emrakul. 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, Emrakul, 10, 11, 12, 13. Another Kozilek's command. Again, should really be holding red, green. Did they learn? I think they did. Holding red, green will give you a lot more options. Yep. That sure is a Kozilek's command. I mean, at this point, they're just going to find a way to win. They can cast an Emrakul right now. They can cast Worldbreaker. So many things. Karn. We's in trouble. We are very much in trouble. And 3 top, 6 bottom, and 4. That's a KGC. No Stone Rain. Float 2. Oh, and also something else to follow up. You overspent one, but probably isn't going to be a problem since you're just going to grab Liquid Metal. And then sack a spawn to cast Liquid Metal. Yep. Phase change. That's going to be a command. X equals 4. The temple's not enough anymore because we're not gonna have a green source, right? The freaking talismans do nothing. Yeah, it's just looking more and more like a GG's. Yeah, so Stone Rain by itself is bad, but Stone Rain on the play is really good. That's kind of the awkward part about Stone Rain for the mirror match. It's only good on the play, which, there are sideboard cards that are like that. Yep. Okay. Hear me out. We could Ghost Core to my forest to grab a forest, but is that beneficial enough? The answer is probably no. We can play Temple, but then what? They just hit Temple? But maybe they don't hit the forest? Yeah, I guess we just play Temple. And then pass? The alternative is that they go EE for 0 and clear 4 spawns instead. Alternatively, they could just win, right? Liquid Metal. Float 2. What they should do here is then phase change. They do not. Okay. Well, we keep our forest then. We're definitely not out of the game. But I wouldn't say we're in it either. I think we're just going to get either kicked and or World Breaker this forest regardless. Yup. Not much I can do with that. So 0 lands, Bajuka Bog me. It's only 3 card types. But I guess you never know. That soy Mega Spawn would have been nice. Unfortunately, it's no matter. Yeah. I have no recourse at this point. Even if I were to KGC, it's only a matter of time before they kill it. So, I'll just scoop it up. Let's not belabor the point. Unfortunate way to lose the 5-0, but a solid league nonetheless. Well, with that being said, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting that like button. Comment down below if you saw any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or just some general feedback. It is always much appreciated. We're going to have one more day's worth of videos of testing Ancient Stirrings. Right now the numbers really not looking good, so we're likely to cut it. The question is for what? I am considering adding back Urghast. I'm considering just bringing in 2 more Writhing Chrysalis. Alternatively, I think those are main choices, right? I think the main choices are Writhing Chrysalis or Urghast. Potentially a 2 of either or. If we bring in the Chrysalis in the sideboard, we'll likely also change. Probably bring in like maybe 2 Dismembers to test that. We'll also probably pitch the Force of Vigor in favor of Nature's Claim. I'm trying to think of what other changes. There is also another thought. There is a Karnless list that GoBurn has been pioneering. They sent me an example of this before RC Portland as a potential recommendation, and it's been performing well. It's piqued my interest. I really do enjoy Urghast. If I did play it, it would be a modified version of their list. The real thing right now is just trying to flesh out the sideboard, but it definitely seems to be holding. It seems to be promising, I think is the words I'm trying to say. So I'm definitely tempted to test it. But that being said, and I think for the most part, Karn still correct, at least while Grinding Station's around. Keeping in mind, of course, there's an underrepresentation of Grinding Station on MTGO, but I have RCQs coming up, so I think Karn's the way to go for now. That being said, though, last but not least, if you guys are interested in any of those changes, whether it be Urghast, Writhing Chrysalis, or you have other suggestions, comment down below for that as well. And then for real, last but not least, if you aren't already subscribed and have gotten to this point in the video, please do consider hitting the subscribe button, getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers, where we'll be able to start monetizing our videos. With that being said, folks, thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!